until you came. I was breathless when we first met. Couldn't keep my hands away. I was speechless when we first met. Yeah, you took the pain away. Didn't mind my scars, mend my broken heart. Life was dull until you came. Now I see in color again. It could rain, I don't mind if it pours, 'cause I'm right next to you, to you. Come rain or come shine, I don't mind, 'cause I'm right next to you. It's you, right next to you, to you, next to you, next to you. Next to you, right next to you, to you, next to you, next to you, next to you. Never thought I'd feel this high. The sky has never felt this close, and when you kiss me, I can't believe that I am yours and you are mine. You took the pain away, didn't mind my scars, mend my broken heart. Life was dull until you came. Now I see in color again. It could rain, I don't mind if it pours, 'cause I'm right next to you, to you. Come rain or come shine, I don't mind, 'cause I'm right next to you. It's you, right next to you, to you, next to you, next to you, next to you. Who would have thought I'd be up on cloud nine? I would never take our love for granted. Love how you make me feel alive when you're with me. Took the pain away, didn't mind my scars, mend my broken heart. It could rain, I don't mind if it pours, 'cause I'm right next to you, to you. Come rain or come shine, I don't mind, 'cause I'm right next to you. It's you, right next to you, to you, next to you, next to you, next to you.
Posting pictures on the gram so other people know that we're more than friends. And ever since you came around, I've never been sober, always in my head. Met you at a time when I was so low, went from just talking to taking you home. I don't wanna go back to who I used to be, so if you ever leave me, promise you won't let me down. Promise you won't let me. Promise you won't let me. Promise you won't let me. Promise you won't let me down. Promise you won't let me. Promise you won't let me down. I wish that our love was just like in the movies, with a happy end. Yeah, but sometimes you can't handle your emotions, and I guess that's okay. Met you at a time when I was so low, went from just talking to taking you home. I don't wanna go back to who I used to
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. What's going on? Welcome to the stream. Happy Friday, or happy Thursday, or happy late Thursday night, depending on what time of the world you're in. I don't know. Or very, very early morning if you're in Europe. Get to bed. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Oh, my glasses are fogging up, man. I just put them on. Don't you hate when that happens? Oh, what is going on? This is our second AM stream of the new streaming schedule. So we're still getting used to all this stuff. Oh, look at this view. Look at this view. Look at that. Look at that. How good's the sim? Looking very pretty. Looking very pretty. So, but the thing is, I've gone and picked a GA flying for Friday morning, and all the people that would normally fly GA are at work. They're working. All my Aussie friends. So, anyways, that's the way it goes. All right, let me clear all this information. Oh, actually, I needed to check the prints, but oh well, we'll have to do that later. Hopefully, it's working. But anyways, currently halfway through crossing the Atlantic. Oh, long hauls, man. I just don't understand the flight sim long haul thing. Unless you're grinding hours for something. Anyways, that's just me. Mr. Maple Leaf, welcome to the stream. Mr. Lonsky, aren't you meant to be at work, or are you just like living the life of luxury these days? Mr. CP65, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Beto, good morning. Hope you're doing well, my friend. You probably haven't started work yet, have you, Beto? For the day, it's still probably what, 7 o'clock over there, 7:30. Zachy, what's going on, Mr. Cordial Cloud? Hope you're doing well. Mr. Mark Griffin's here. Big L, what's going on, Big L? Mate, the meows have gone and passed. We're moving to phase 2 now. If Murph actually thought that we're just going to leave it there on the dolphins and the click, we're moving to phase 2. I have plans. The saga continues, but I'll leave them for another day. Let's just say I'm training the AI. Richard, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to you. You're living the life of luxury. Oh, that's what we like to say. 7:40. You started. What time do you normally start compared to what time you finish? And it's the wizard. Do you normally start early? Are you working from home though today? I would like to think that you're working from home. Just got to take me shoes off. There we go. Oh, the music's fitting. You start at 6. Jesus. Hope they're paying you well. Start at 6. Hope they're paying you well. Because I always start early and work late. My boss doesn't pay me very, very well at all. Actually, I worked till like midnight last night, didn't even get paid. Few put them back in. What are we putting back in? Yes, working from home. Good. Very, very, very good. There we go. What are we doing today? We're going to do some I took my shoes off, yeah, because I don't put my shoes on. No, not smelly feet at all. I look after my flight sim gear, so I won't put shoes on with my rudder pedals. I just won't do it. So your boss is awful bullbuster. Well, yeah, he's an awful bullbuster, but the thing is, he's a really, really good guy. He's very good looking. He's very charming. He just doesn't get paid well, so therefore I can't get paid well. It's just the way it is, you know. But feel free to contribute to me not being paid well, you know. So yeah, we're going to do a bit of, he has a big ego. No, he doesn't have big ego. He doesn't have a big ego. Not at all. Not at all. I told you. He could have had a big ego, but he passed it up so he could, you know, do flight simulation as his passion. We've been through this many times. I've told you the story, William Kelly. Oh, the camera's been a camera again. I thought Mrs. Oz was the... Well, Mrs. Oz is the boss. Yeah. But she had to pay me, though. I don't blame her. Anyways. But yeah, so we're going to do a bit of say intentions. I don't think I've got anybody flying with me, which is fine because this is a new time slot for us. And the friggin' camera's been a piece of crap again. Give me 1 second. I got to fix this, but I've tried to fix it and it went pear-shaped, so... No, the real boss doesn't really complain. Mrs. Oz is super cool. Yeah, I saw it. Thanks for the mute. Mrs. Oz is great. She's really, really supportive of all the shit she's got to put up with. And she's such a hard worker herself. So I'm a very, very lucky man. But don't tell her, because she'll get a big head. Hello, man. Hope you're doing well. Your day is well. Well, it's just started. Has anybody been, from my Aussie friends, I don't normally go to Baker's Delight, but I went to Baker's Delight to get some bread this morning. I usually go to the local bakery. And far out. For a bit of bread, holy shit, I nearly fell over when I walked in there and saw the prices at Baker's Delight. She's standing behind me. No, she's not. That doesn't work, Tony. You know, and the thing is, the camera, I can see. And she has a lot of shit to put up with. How do you know, Big Al? You only know what I portray for the 3-hour streams we do. But it's a glimpse of all the shit she does have to put up with. Yes, that is very true. So, anyways, hello to all our friends out there that are lurking while they're watching at work today. Thank you very much for lurking, as my good friend Mr. Sid Squadron, aka Mr. Yaris, aka Mr. Tony, says lurking is the backbone of a flight sim. So he was quick to reject your comment, so yeah, must be true. Which comment's that? Never mind, at Baker's, like the prices of everything's gone crazy in Oz. Yeah, it's friggin' it's stupid. And it's the same thing. Me, Mrs. Oz was talking about it yesterday, right? Like the prices are going up for everything. And I said, yeah, even all my production prices have gone up. So everything, like we talked about this because we talked about the whole, on the last stream, talked about the whole Adobe stuff. But prices of everything going. And I said, do you know what, Mrs. Oz? The only thing prices hasn't gone up is friggin' flight sim mods. I've been absorbing all the prices going up. And I haven't put my prices up because I don't really want to. But it is getting harder and harder. But speaking of best way to support to get something, we've got 20% sale, so go and check out Flight Sim Mods. Even coffee is ridiculous. Yeah, that's the only thing that I do, Mr. It's the Wizard. It's the only thing that I do. I only have one thing is where I will purchase a coffee from Zarafas. That's the only thing that I actually do. That's the only little gift I give myself is that. That's all. Other than that, we don't spend anything in this household. We should though, as we understand, you have to live. Yeah, I know, but the thing is, I understand the whole thing for flight simming is very, very, very expensive, right? And when you go and purchase your hardware, and the reason why we did Flight Sim Mods is so we can provide good quality products where you can join different brands together of Flight Sim hardware, but you go and spend so much money on Flight Sim hardware, and then you go, oh shit, I need a mount. And, you know, you've got to go and do the whole mount thing. So, and it was better when I could do free shipping, but then someone put some tariffs in there and stuffed all that up. So, you know, things are different. So, but anyways, it is what it is. And do you think prices will ever go down once normally repents? Prices won't go down. No. Traditionally, prices don't go down. What will generally happen is the economies will slow down to zero or going into recession, and then we will go through even harder times, and then wages will increase to bring it up to where the inflation is, and then the whole cycle just keeps going around and around and around and around and around. Zarafas is owned by my older boss in the early 90s. Up late early. Hey Hudson, what's going on Burning of the Midnight? Oh, I said before for our European friends or UK friends, that it will be very, very early morning for you guys. Guys, if you don't know Mr. James Hudson, go and check out his YouTube channel. He drops content very consistently all the time, so you should go and check him out. Mr. PGM, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. So it just goes through in different cycles, and then like we're on a good run for a few years, and then inflation starts going, and they got to do the whole thing again. It's like a 10-15 year cycle. So for some of you old fellas like Lonsky, you've seen this all before. Hey Lonsky. So but well, yeah. Well, is the Raffers all company owned still, or is it franchised now? I don't know, but it's been around forever. So, but the only reason why I say Zarafa is because it's sort of like the local place, because everywhere else around here makes shit coffee. So, but I was still going to travel. It's like a 10-minute drive. But yeah, and also it gets me out of the house for a little bit. So, you're not old. Eagle, what's going on, Mr. Eagle Sky? Hope you're doing well. It's good to see some of the Sim Fanatic crew here today. That's why I posted it over in Sim Fanatic Discord. I feel, it's probably matching with some of you guys' times, because my American friends have been whinging for so long that I dropped this time slot. It's a really hard time slot for me to do. If you watched the last Friday morning stream, friggin' dogs were going nuts. Everything was happening. So, oh no, 18-minute drive. Well, that's the closest place. So it's a 10-minute drive. Yeah. Yeah. Fuel prices, man. Wear and tear on the car. Me getting photoshopped by the paparazzi as soon as I leave my driveway. You know, it's a big thing. It's a big thing. All right. So anyway, seeing you stream has shocked me. Yeah. So we're back to a 4-day schedule stream. There'll be a little bits of occasions where unfortunately I have to do family stuff. I've got to do Oz Junior's work run or something like that. So on Tuesday, I couldn't stream on Tuesday, but ideally we stream Tuesday, a Wednesday, Sunday in the PMs, and then this time slot here. So this time slot unfortunately is going to be our shorter streams because it's in business hours and I've got stuff I need to do and and stuff. So it's on. These are going to be sort of on the shorter type of streams, but it is the way it is. Shane, let us know your YouTube history. I find that kind of fascinating. What do you mean by YouTube history? It's all on YouTube. You can go and watch it, Mr. James. I don't know why anybody would want to hear about the endeavors on the YouTubes. You have 8 minutes left of your stream. What do you mean 8 minutes left of the stream? That means it's going to take it to 10 o'clock. No. We've got a couple hours to go. Your YouTube journey. There's nothing to talk about. It's all just part of doing videos and grinding. But I could tell you, Mr. Hudson, of the changes that has happened on YouTube and within flight simulations over the time. When I started, it was like 5 of us that were very, very consistent. Now it's flooded with people doing YouTube videos with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and on. So things have changed. You really should do AMA. What's AMA? As in, is that the game AMA? All good. I just haven't watched you a bit due to the times. Yeah. So that's why it's super hard for me to fit these time slots in, but I'm really making an effort to make sure that we have all our friends across the globe in different time sets to be on. So I do appreciate all our friends over in the Northern Hemisphere, depending which part of the Northern Hemisphere that you're in, get up super early. Like Mr. William Kelly and so forth. They get up early every stream to watch, and I appreciate that. So it's about to change again with YouTube changes. No, Big L, those YouTube changes don't really do much at all, to be honest. Well, they don't affect me at all because it's more of people getting into it. But it's ask me anything. No, why would I've done things like that where we do polls or get you guys to ask questions, and I'll do a video on it, and no one bloody asks questions. So I just don't do those. And if they do ask questions, they ask stupid shit questions. So no, we don't do that sort of stuff. On Discord, it says, no. 9:30 to 10 start. 9:30 to 10 start. Because it depends what's going on. So, say if it's pissing down rain, then I've got to take Junior to school and it will change the times around and stuff. So, it's 9:30 to 10 start. Changes should get rid of the slopper. Yeah, well, I think the only change, Big L, is like it will get rid of some of the slop and some of the dodgy stuff. You're definitely not a morning person. What do you mean I'm definitely not a morning person? What are you talking about? This is as good as it gets. It's around 4 a.m. when you go live. Hey, Richard. So we try to do a little bit of a change there, and also there's got to be another time slot where I'm going to fit in some ATS sort of stuff, and also we're doing the Flight Sim retro gaming. I'm just waiting on my new control to turn up, which is it could be here in mid-September. So, I mean, who knows? It's in bumfuck nowhere still. Shut up, Lonsky. Bloody Queenslander. Yeah, ATS. Yeah, ATS and other stuff. And we're going to do some retro games. Here, I'll quickly show you guys because I've got the big screen here. We're going to do some retro games. I got them picked out. I've still got to pick up one more. We've got some SNES stuff. We've got some Desert Strike, some Desert Fighter, Pilot Wings, some just old school stuff. Some retro gaming, Wing Commander, all that sort of stuff like that. So just a little bit of fun bits and pieces. I'm into retro gaming. I have been for ages, and just sharing it with you guys a little bit. So maybe we get up at 4:30 a.m. For you then sometimes. I don't know what that's meant to mean. But yeah, anyways, oh man, a Pilot Wings is my jam. I know, Hudson. It's such a cool. It's like two games in one, because you do all the Pilot Wings stuff, and the next minute you go on and you like the last half of the game, you're like bombing shit. It's like it's interesting. So yeah, so we're gonna be doing that. I'll let you guys know when. But I'm just waiting on some stuff. I have a bunch of old school consoles and stuff like that, but I sort of wanted to start on this sort of stuff. But yeah, I have NESs, I have Super Nintendos, I have 64s, I have even the latest gear, the new Xboxes, I have 360s, I have PlayStation 3s and 2s, like all that sort of stuff like that. So yeah, we've got stuff. The Mrs. Oz do any gaming? No, she doesn't. She doesn't do any gaming. She used to watch me when we were younger. She would watch when I used to play like consoles on the TV, which I don't anymore. She used to watch me play. So if there was a game that had a storyline and stuff like that, like the Uncharted series, she used to sit down and watch me play that. But no, she's not really into it. But since I then, when we built our houses and stuff like that, and then I, had studios like this or flight sim rooms and stuff, it's not really. But I don't get a chance to do much gaming, to be honest. I'm hoping this is a way I can introduce more of it into doing stuff. Only room for the two kids in the house. Yes, that's correct. James, thank you very much for the gifted membership. You really didn't need to. Appreciate that. Built your houses. How many houses do you have? No. We have one. We've had one, but we've built multiple houses. Yeah. Yeah, when I had money. When I had money. So this particular house, we've been here 11 years, but we've built houses before that. So yeah. Yes, back in another life when I worked the corporate world and I had plenty of cash. Now I don't work the corporate world and I work for this guy here. I don't have any cash. But we do flight sims, so that's all cool. And retro gaming we're going to do. So, yeah, it's a great trade-off. But, James, thank you very much for the gifted membership. I really appreciate it. Thank you. That's very kind. And that went to Mr. Richard. So I appreciate that, Richard. If you make sure you go on over and hit the subscribe button to Mr. James Hudson. I believe James is actually full-time content creator too. But you have a happier life though. The life is happier, but with everything like everybody else, the cost of living and stuff, it's very, very stressful. It's very, 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 very stressful. So, because it's just, and that would be same for any business owner or anything like that. Is you just don't know when your next paycheck's going to be, and sometimes there's no paycheck. It is what it is. So that's the difference of I work more hours than what I ever did when I did in the corporate life, but the thing is, the work is a lot less stressful, and it's more fun. But you don't have the convenience of a weekly paycheck, and that's the difference. That's the difference. So, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So less office polities. Is that meant to be politics? I think it is. Well, see, I was always the boss of all the areas and stuff that I did. So it was more of managing staff. It was always the hardest thing. Is managing. I always managed lots and lots and lots and lots of staff. So, and it was really hard over the COVID times. Anybody who's managed a lot of people, especially over the COVID times with all the laws and stuff that you do, it's super tough. Poor employees. I will be known as, no, I won't go into that. Maple, get stuffed. That's all I have to say. Get stuffed. Creating out lots and lots of meetings. No, I was against meetings. I hated meetings. I'd rather jump on the phone, talk to the person, get it sorted. Just get it done. Yeah, meetings are just shit. Manage it. Sometimes you need to do meetings, but it's I was never a guy that wanted to do meetings. Unfortunately, we had a big takeover with my company and it went super corporate. And then after that, they just wanted to friggin' do meetings after meetings after meetings after meetings after meetings. It's like, this is shit. This is shit. I'm a guy that gets in the trenches and gets shit done, type of thing, and work with the teams rather than it just turned into a meeting fest. Managing staff is hard. It kind of just like being a general, yeah. Well, that's the thing. You've got that too. So if you just like the general worker, you're just rocking up, and all that sort of stuff. There's advantages to that. So meetings are the biggest waste of time. All ever happens is organizing other meetings. Yeah, there's different types of meetings that can be done. But when I had to do meetings, I always made sure that there was a purpose for them and they were meaningful. Else, I just would try to get out of doing them because there's no point. But anyways, we are going to jump into the sim. But again, thank you, Huddy, for the gifted sub. Appreciate it. Have I missed saying hello to anybody else that we didn't say hello to? No. So, but anyway, it looks like we've got a few people jumped in. I'm not going to use Say Intentions multiplayer, but we're going to be doing a bit of GA stuff. Anyway, so we've got CTAFs and stuff. Yeah, cool. So we're at Stewart Airport to start off with. We're going to fly down the river. And yeah, we're going to have a nice little sunset as we go through. We're using Active Sky. Oh, I haven't used Atmos yet. Hang on a sec. I got to load Atmos in. That's the only drama with Atmos. You've got to load it in and then you've got to reset all your bits and pieces. And it takes a quick sec to do, so, but I've got to do it. Meetings are the biggest waste time. Yeah, I already read that part. You already read that part. Well, really, a stream's just like a big meeting, isn't it? All right, let's do this one here. Let's update that. You bought Chase Plane and Rex Atmos. Nice yesterday. Maple, you need to get like a weather engine to run Atmos though, to get the best bang out of it. So a lot of people are using Strata. I use Active Sky, and I got some settings off a good old friend, Saki from and because I've used Active Sky many times, been a customer for years with them sort of stuff. But Active Sky, when you get the right settings, works super well. So yeah, so you need to make sure you go and get those. Oh, someone bought something from Flight Sim Mods. Whoever that was, absolute legend. Thank you very much. If you're watching, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I forgot what I was going to say now. But yeah, you need to get a better weather engine than the Microsoft weather engine, because the Microsoft weather engine is crapola. It's just not good. Wouldn't mind settings, please. Lonsky, could you send me a message? I'm pretty busy after the stream, but I will send you them. I will send you them. Or maybe, so buy Active Sky as well. Yeah. You need a weather engine to run it. So I would say, I think you can get Active Sky through the Contrail store, which may be the cheapest, and then you can use one of your content creators' discounts code. We've got one. I don't know if Symphonetics got one, but you can use someone's. Yeah. So I think that's where I end up picking all mine up from. I was like a Active Sky customer, but on a different email address, and I don't use that email anymore, so I just started from scratch again. And then I can, if anybody's interested, I can let you know how I set up Atmos as well. Maybe I might put that in the Flight Sim Help section. Might be the idea to do it in there. Who knows? I'm trying to clean up the pixelation of clouds with Rex Atmos and trying to decide either get Active Sky and Stratus. Yeah, the only thing is, so there's two things. Like, Stratus's UI is really good, but the thing is, I don't like. To me, that's not a thing, because you basically just want to activate it and go and jump in the sim and fly. So you don't need any of the UI shit, really. So wherefore Active Sky's advantage is, one is that it's got all the data. If you want to go back 10 years, you can import the data in there. You can't do that with Strata. The other part is it's got cloud turbulence as well through Active Sky. So once you get the settings right with the transition of the weather popping with Active Sky, it's amazing. So I watched, hey, what's going on? And Mr. Twin Turbo. I was watching Saki from Twitch, and I loved his settings, and I saw the transitions were really good, and I just said, hey, bud, could you send me his settings? And I'm just using his settings, and they've been amazing. So he took all the hard work out. So yeah. So I would recommend Rex Atmos, and I would recommend Active Sky for those two things. So yeah, if you've already been an Active Sky customer and used it in like FSX and Prepared and all that sort of stuff like that, you'll get a discount on your purchases anyway through their website, I believe. So, but anyways, let's have a look at the weather. Obviously, Lonsky's in a plane that I don't have. So it'll be interesting to see. So the thing is, see if these clouds were Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 clouds, it'd be all these friggin' cinematic clouds that look amazing, but they're not accurate. So you're in the Corsair. I don't have it installed. So that's why you're coming up like that. So I apologize. Alrighty, let's get some sim sounds in and we'll get started on the fly. I'm not going to do anything special. We're going to do a bit of hand flying. We're going to do just a bit of plotting courses through and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just going to be some basic chilled out flying and just have a bit of a yarn with you guys with some amazing scenery. Some amazing scenery. So that's the plan. Where's the hobs on this? How many hobs are we up to? The hobs keeps getting reset. Why does that keep getting reset for? I thought I had state saving options is on. So why is the hobs keep getting reset for? That's what I want to know. Why is that not going back out? There we go. Wonder why that keeps getting reset. Odd that it keeps getting reset. Golden hour flying. Yeah. So the Sims got and I know we're in the north end, but the Sims set for 5:08 p.m. So, and that's apparently. Oh yeah, because we're at this time. Yeah, so that's live time. So yeah. Anyways, let's get rid of that guy there. And we're going to start this guy up here in a second. Just make sure we've got... yeah, of course we don't. Of course we don't. Oh, that's because there's a friggin' lock on there. There we go. There we go. But anyways, welcome everybody. All right, let's get rid of this guy here. Let's get the battery on. Make sure amps are good. Fuel. Cool. That's all good over there. That's cool. All right, let's put the mixture all the way up. Let's pump this guy up here, and we are going to get the fuel into the cylinders here. Because this will be a bit of a cold start. One sec, you buy an active sky. Yeah, but I'm not going to send you the settings. You need the settings for it to be good, but I'm not going to send you them while I'm streaming. You'll have to wait. But yeah, active sky is 100% worth it, Maple. Alrighty. Key in the slot. Let's turn on the pitot heat. Let's turn on the nav lights because we don't have beacon on this thing, I don't think, from memory. No, there's no beacon. Cool. Alrighty. Let's get that a bit of a bee's dick. And... clear! It's only 23. I've been in cockpits where it's been a lot hotter than 23 and you are sweating your bum off. And you can't wait to start taxiing because it's friggin' hot. Especially in summer in Queensland in real world cockpits. It's crazy. Anyways. Give it some pump. We don't want to flutter too much. I find this thing likes to start without the pump off, so we'll see how we go. Come on, darling. Come on, darling. She doesn't want to start today. Let's give her full throttle then. There we go. We just needed it to kick over a little bit there. It's cold start. No, she won't be flooded. Not yet. Not yet. She wants a lot of fuel today, though. You don't really want to start a plane cold and then whack it up to 2,000 RPMs, that's for sure. But there we go. We got it started. Got to start. That's the thing I love with the Black Square aircraft. Anyways, let's check. Oil pressure's good. Temperature's coming up. Cylinder temperature's cold. We are going to turn on the alternator. There we go. And some volts are coming up. EGT temperature's going to come up. Cool. Oh, anti-collision. There we go. That's what I should have put on before. And we'll just watch for everything to pop up. We're going to lean her off a little bit here just before we get going and just wait for all the T's and P's to come up. While that's going to go on, we're going to put the avionics on. She hasn't had coffee yet. No, she hasn't had coffee yet. Ooh, we've got Airbuses and everything. This is the worst thing when you rent planes early in the morning in winter. You got to wait. You like burning Hobbs time, and you just got to wait for the oil temps to come up before you can do your run-ups and stuff. So you're sort of burning Hobbs time. You don't forget the 114 has got a big update in a few days. You mean few days ago? Because I've done the update. There's an update on the 19th, and I updated it last night. Is there another one coming? See, the persistence has stayed on that. Yeah, was there another update, Mike? I didn't get the I didn't check the change log though. Maybe that's why the Hobbs time reverted back, because I did an update. You get to try the update. Yeah. So this is the new version as of the 19th. So yeah. All right, the CTAF is a 123.2, so we're gonna chime in there. 123.2. There we go. And we're gonna follow this long creek down to start off with. Cool. No, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. So even the Hobbs time down here hasn't even clicked over yet. Cool. Stewart Airport traffic. This is 7766. We're at Commander 414. We're going to be taxiing to the holding point, and then on to the active runway. Stewart traffic. Yes, there's a few of our friends from the UK and Europe that can't sleep. Right check. Cool. All right, T's and P's. Cylinder head still good. We're still waiting for the oil temperature to come up. Obviously, that's in Fahrenheit. Would have been nice if that's actually in degrees Celsius. But she is taking a while to come up. I am looking for... Do we have one right in front of us? Cool. So we're looking to get into the wind here so we can actually do our run-up right in front of Lonsky here. So we're going to point ourselves this way. It's a pain in the ass having the brake over the other side where you've got to reach over. Because the engine's slightly warming up, I'm just going to increase the RPM up a little bit here. If it was super cold, I wouldn't do this. But we want it with oil temps to get into the green before we actually do the run-up. just DM you and you'll send me the settings later. Yeah. I'll send I'll send you guys a PM, but I'll update them in the sim thing, the sim help section. I'll update it in there. But yeah, I'll send you the links. I mean the bits, the screenshots. Jesus Christ. There we go. Come on, girl. You can do it. I may need to tap the gauge. Do some tapping of the gauges. I love that noise. Sounds like you're tapping an old CRT screen. We do a bit of Morse code. Yeah, I'll do some Morse code. Ready? Maple. Can't land a plane ever. There we go. If you ever want to know how to do Maple can't land a plane ever in Morse code, that's how you do it. Just saying. All right, we're gonna do some bruh. I'm gonna do some of the run up checks that I would normally do. I'm gonna do it in reverse. So that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna test the flaps. They go all the way down. I want to make sure they go all the way up. That's one. That goes up, that goes down, that goes up, that goes down. That goes up, that goes down, that goes left, that goes right. Full range of controls are there. T's and P's and L are in the green. Hatches and everything is skewer. Alright. We're pretty much going to just say that that's green. Want to make sure the brakes are holding, so don't run the RPM up all the way. Cool, T's and P's are all in the green. That is good. We're going to go to the left mag. Watch the drop of the RPM within 170, back to both, or from 200, then within 170. Over to the right mag. I should have done this with the mixture all the way up, by the way. Back to both. We're going to cycle the prop. And then we're going to see if she can idle. Very good. Run up checks are complete. Cool. Landing light's going to go on. We are going to turn on this guy here. What's that? Is that the ELT up there? It is there. It is the ELT. Cool. That sounded more like help me, Mr. Ozflight Simmer. How do you mean help me? Help you what? Alright, brakes are on. Oh, there we go. Stuart Traffic, this is 7766 Twin Commander. We're entering and backtracking the active runway 7766. Because I don't know what the actual runway is, I've just said active runway. Clear on the right, clear on the left. I'm going to go down here because the flag says that's where the wind's coming from. And then we're going to get going. Look at all these trees close to the runway. It's very pretty around here. This is default scenery too, guys. I think Stuart's actually part of... either you got someone under there, Mr. Briz Flyer, or you're doing a bit of saying tench as well, or you got someone underneath your belly. But I believe this is default scenery. The 737 is twitching. Yeah. I have no idea what William Kelly's on about. We might see if we can pick up some control in the air as well. For default, it looks great, yeah. Yeah, we've got 2 stops today on the way through. Runway 18. Oh, look at that. Lonsky's very, very nice. Very, very kind. There we go. Brizzy Flyer. Thank you, guys. New ANZ Animal. A guy now talking on YouTube. A VY Storm Relay. Trevor. Mike Coffee. What does that mean? I have no idea what that means. Could you dub it down for me? Must get this aircraft. Looks great. Glenn, go and check it out. It's probably, in my opinion, the best GA plane going around. Black Square is amazing. Every time they bring something out, it's super great. Oh, forgot to put the strobe lights on. That's all on by Storm. He said, new ANZ Animal guy now taking YouTube by storm. Really Trevor. Is that what the dude's name? Really Trevor? Animal guy. Never heard of him. I don't. Because it's persistence. I didn't put him on. The Mac, the L is his friend. Mac and L. I don't know who those people are. You say to all these people, like, I don't know who they are. Anyways. Fuel pump can go on for takeoff. Alright, cool. Stewart traffic, this is Commander 7766 rolling runway 18. We'll be departing straight out down the river on climb 1500 Stewart traffic. Elephant. Mac and the elephant and his friends. Mike, you just confusing me more and more and more and more. I'm sorry. Mr. Firebug. Morning, everybody. He says, I'm confused. Yeah, I'm confused. Yeah. Let's see the this update at work says, let's go. Since Mike is changing the subject. All right, let's get out of here. I'm just going to do a slow rotation up here. So we'll move over for Mr. Eagle. 60 knots, 70, rotate TT. Look at that. She's trimmed like a legend. Like, look at that. Man, this thing flies so good. I'm barely touching. Look at that. Woo!
Stewart Airport, CTAF, November 062 Sierra Bravo. Good morning, ready to taxi.
Someone's using me as their co-pilot. Look at that. Same, and I'm Aussie also. Yeah, it's like we said, what's he talking about? Lonsky crashed. Oh my god, Lonsky. That's going up. Look at that.
Stewart Airport, CTAF, November 062 Sierra Bravo. Good morning, climbing through 0.
That's not me,
Stewart Airport,
by the
CTAF,
way.
November 062 Sierra Bravo. We'd like to cancel IFR.
So someone's using me as their co-pilot on the radios on the CTAF.
Sierra Bravo. Good morning, climbing through 500.
Oz Flight Simmer on the CTAF's talking too much. He's talking too much. Won't this be confusing? Well, I can tell the difference. It's Stuart Traffic. This is 7766, a last call. Currently at 800 on climb 1500. Tracking to the south. Last call, Stuart Traffic. Talking too much sounds accurate. No, he's talking too much on the CTAF. You don't want to talk that much on a CTAF. Morning, aviators and YouTube viewers. What's going on, Mr. Bubba Van Braun? That's beautiful scenery today. Hope your Friday's starting out well for you, Mr. Bubba Van Braun. We're going to be doing a bit of a sunset cruise this morning.
Stewart Airport, CTAF, November 062 Sierra, Bravo. Good morning, descending 2000.
I was about to say, Bubba, you got permission to bash heads together from Odds Flight Sim this morning. Go directly past go, collect $200, void HR, and go to town. Yep. Grab some cash, by the way. Yeah, I can't do outside views with that noise. It's too loud. Well, g'day. What's going on, Mr. Saki? We've been saying such nice things about you today. Oh, we're climbed a little bit too high, so we're going to go down. We're only going up to 1500. Yeah, we're saying such nice things about you. Would that code work? Only if it's available on the Contrail website, but I believe the Taylorcraft is only in Marketplace exclusive. Shit, this is going to be a problem. I've got to answer the door. Fuck's sake. Alright, I gotta get this right so we can slide in there. No, this is one of the dramas when it comes to streaming at these times. Alright, I'll be back in a sec, guys.
Stewart Airport, CTAF, November 062 Sierra, Bravo. Good morning, maintaining 1500.
Oh, we've been having some weird stuff in the streets when it comes to delivery. We've been getting other people's parcels. Other people have been knocking on our door saying, have you seen our parcels? Like, it's been really weird. Yeah, I can't do outside views. Sorry, guys. I can't do the outside views because we've got a turboprop super loud. This is why you need to get the bot set up that allows you to control your plane. No, why would I want to do that for? Oh, look at that. That's amazing. Look at that. That's absolutely stunning. Yeah, so I've got to go and take someone's parcel to... something was sent to me to someone else, but there's another end of the street where it's a different name of the street, but same number, and sometimes we get their shit. Everybody push forward on the stick. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You know what I'm saying. Mr. Pringles, what's going on? Hello, Shane. How I now said hello.
CTAP November 062 Sierra Bravo. Good morning, maintaining 2000.
What's going on, Pringles? Ozpost are horrible lately. Couldn't find their... Well, yeah. One is they've whacked their prices up 3 times this year, which really, really hurts me. And 2, as I was saying on the last stream, their customer service, I swear they're putting more money in their customer service for the customer service to find excuses of how not to reimburse you when they basically stuff up. So do you ever keep other people's parcels because it's better than what you ordered? No, never. Why would I do that for? That's stealing. Never, ever. Ever. No, so I actually opened this parcel because I didn't look at the name. I thought it was addressed to us, the one I've got to take. And it's something that I would never, ever even use. It was like some sort of friggin' pre-workout powder. Before you go to the gym, it's like fucking, yeah, never going to use that stuff. It's probably worth like $80 or something. I was like, yeah, that's like coffee weight. But the GPS said it was here. Shampoo? No, it wasn't shampoo. Smart ass. This is what I got to put up with. Comments like that. You know, we're trying to enjoy ourselves, and then you go and drop a stupid comment in there. As long as it wasn't tickling else, don't. Sorry, a tickle else don't open that. I don't know what that means, but anyways. Did he get your delivery by mistake? No.
Stewart Airport CTAP November 062 Sierra Bravo. Good morning at 1,500.
There we go. That's a decent call, but he didn't say where he was and where he's going to. But you don't necessarily need to be making... I suppose there's other aircraft around, so you would, but you don't necessarily need to be making calls. Well, folks, have an awesome weekend. Off to deal with some more idiots. Stay well, Oz. Yeah, and views look awesome. Thanks, Bubba. Hopefully, it's a bit more of a casual Friday for you, and you don't get to, you know, you don't have to put up with too much crap. Hey, good plan, Pringles. Save on airfares, and then you'll have a company when you arrive. What's he talking about? So with SI, can you have the co-pilot make all your ATC calls while you are still learning? Absolutely. And the other thing you can do too is you've got these buttons here as well. CTF's changed, so I'm going to move over there. But also, you've got these buttons here that will pop up different things. So it knows now that I've actually taken off that I can actually go into and go onto center, and I can request an IFR clearance in the air. So you've got these buttons where it will do all the talking for you. So I'm actually thinking about making a video and showcasing how to actually use these buttons for people that are learning as part of all the Say Intentions videos. Well, I'm meant to be doing a series on how to make basic radio calls all the way up to airliners, but I've only done 2 videos and I haven't done any for a little bit. But because Say Intentions has changed so much, you know, you can actually do these things here. Kelly, if you want to do a bit of a trial, just hit me up in Discord and I'll get you set with some time. And that goes to anybody in the community, guys. If you haven't used Say Intentions before and you want a bit of a trial, we're a Say Intentions partner, and they and one of the reasons why we wanted to do that is so we can actually give access to our community for people to trial longer. So they've given me the access to do that, which is super cool. So if you want to check it out for longer than the traditional 24 hours, we can help you with that. The best morning sound. Yeah, you need to get some new jokes, Pringles. You need to get some new jokes. Actually, we're running a bit too. Oh, we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good on the fuel consumption here. Not too bad. Time him out? No. Still 22 degrees. We'll take that. This is pretty low for a 777. Yeah, I don't know what Brizzy Fire is meant to be flying for it to do that. I need to probably go and check, make sure that my model matching's up to date as well. But look at that. Absolutely amazing. So we're flying up to, I think we're flying up to Juneau today. Must be the right time to do a engine out emergency landing. What? On where are we going? That's either we're doing a water landing or this Tiger Country, Glenn. That's the reason why he said it. No, we're not doing any engine outs. No engine outs, sir. We're just cruising. Looking at Mr. Firebug over here. Just cruising. Hey, Mr. Mark, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. G'day, 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 g'day. You're in a Diamond DA42. Yeah, I don't have them installed. So remember when my community folder and everything got all smashed up and stuff? I still haven't installed a bunch of stuff. And I didn't have everything installed anyway. I've sort of only installed stuff as I need it. You have to practice a water landing someday. Why do I need to practice a water landing? I don't think I need to. But yeah. Look at that, man. Imagine doing a hike all the way up there. That'd be cool. There's Lonsky. I think he said he crashed, but I don't know if it was a crashed desktop or he just crashed. You specifically absolutely need to. No, sir. Why do I need to do that? Maybe in your neck of the woods, maybe, but not in my neck of the woods. Juneau, beautiful part of the world. Hey, Richo, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. You're special. Yes, tell me about it. I'm very, very special. Mrs. Oz tells me I'm super special all the time. She says I'm a very special person. Do you have an add-on linker, Shane, that might be handy for you? No, I don't use add-on linker. No, the add-on linker, as I mentioned, would not have saved the issue that we had. We had a corrupt hard drive. The hard drive corrupted itself, and the add-on linker would not have saved it. This is a stunning place to fly. Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it? But to be honest, I actually don't have much in my community folder. I'll do my add-on linking and just delete and download as I need to. I remember that was the testy time. Yeah, it was like people will keep saying and giving me, you know, their advice, but not understanding the real reasons. So people, that's the thing is people assume that they know how to fix things, but not knowing all the information. And I was telling people it's add-on linker wouldn't have fixed the problem. Oh, Kirby's down there. But yeah, it was very, very disappointing. Actually, I still need to do the warranty support on that too. And I've got to do it before... Shit, I reckon I've only got like 2 months to do that. If you stored it on a different drive, yeah, I don't want to. You don't want to. I want to keep it all on the same drive. But it doesn't really bother me because I actually don't have that much installed, to be honest. Only stuff that I need as I need it. And yeah. And a lot of the stuff, if I've ever purchased from the marketplace, as in scenery and stuff, I only have it streamed in. Above the airport. Because that's where Mr. William Kelly, that's where you actually train most for it. Reason why is before you go and do your solo flying, is they do a lot of engine outs, they do a lot of forced practice landings, they do a lot of emergency procedures in and out of doing the circuit or the pattern. So you actually do a lot of training around there. Now, and the reason why they do it there is because you can actually do from all the way from an engine out all the way to the landing. If you want to practice an engine out that's not around the airport, is you still have to fly within the legal limits of the laws in your country. So which means you would have to do it over in Australia. You'd have to basically do that practice. Not, ooh, a bit of turbulence there. Not over a populated area, and the lowest you can get down to is 500 feet. So you can practice it, but yeah, we're getting a little bit of turbulence from these mountains here, and I probably need to go out a little bit. So it's probably actually more realistic to practice your engine outs and stuff like that over the airport, so you can actually fly in and land. So, but yes, you can practice them over in the maneuvering areas and the practice areas, but therefore you just got to pretend that you're landing. You don't really get the, actually you don't really pretend that you're landing, sort of thing. So it's actually better to do it over the airport. The Linux honeycomb won't work, I had. I don't know what that means. What about keeping both sims, as in 2020 or 2024? No on that one. If I did both sims, it would... Ooh, look at this. We're getting turbulence. I wonder if we're getting turbulence from the aircraft flying around. You know, we could be, because when I reinstalled it, I might have not have turned that off. I reckon that is probably what that is. Yeah, there we go, Richard. Yes, sir. Spot the cow paddock and land. Yeah. So you can still practice your keys and all that sort of stuff like that. What is going on? We're getting lots of turbulence here. We're going to make a turn anyway. But yeah. So you can still, you know, practicing like your high key and your low key and all that sort of stuff like that. Ooh, we're talking about Linux, are we? All right, can I do outside views yet? Nah. Someone's plane's got the loudest turbo in it. It's insane. Whether or not they're meant to have it, but yeah. Someone's got a super loud plane, so unfortunately we're just doing in... I don't know, can I do this view? Oh, we can do this view. Because this is an inside view pushed out, so... Don't know when this sun's going down, though. This sun needs to go down a fair bit. It's still pretty high. We actually may not get the sunset strip. But anyways... Does the sim show real engine out simulations? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you're using aircraft like this. So if you're using aircraft like this that are actually designed and working the proper way, yeah. So a practice engine out, you actually don't turn the engine off. You idle it. You idle it. So, and the reason why you idle it is because if you don't, you're not successful at doing the practice forced landing correctly, you know, you got to pump the throttling, so, or do a go around. And this is not even the best part of the scenery either. There we go. Oh, I can do outside views if I just pop out like this. Mr. Firebug. Must be a little bit chilly there. And then Lonsky's only got one prop going on his, because he's flying a one prop plane. But it's depicted as two, but only one prop works. You crap yourself? What, if you're sitting out there you would? Yes. The pilot looks so calm. Nice to see they got the headset on though. And then we got Evil over there. He's in the C408. Ooh, I never ended up picking the C408 up, actually. And there's Brizzy over there. Never actually ended up picking it up. Oh, there we go. I thought I did a dash cam view. Look at that. That's insane. Great views. I'm in the B55. Ah. You could practice engine outs while wearing the IFR practice hood. Well, I'm not certified for IFR. But you could. You could do that over a paddock. No, not IFR certified, unfortunately. Baron at B55. Yep. Gotta love a model matching Jorg. Didn't show up when Murph was in the Microsoft Flight Simulator stream the other day. He has a meeting. I reckon he didn't want to answer Murph's questions. No, do you know the funny thing is? There is no communication coming from Microsoft at all. So I don't know what's going on, because in previous years, with 2020, they were doing development live streams every month and all that sort of stuff. And then obviously it died off a little bit because they started working on 2024. When 2024 released, because really it's only been 2 years, right? The first year they did a fair bit, but the last 12 months, this year, we've had nothing from Microsoft at all. We've had 2 development live streams and they were pretty average. Other than that, we're not getting much updates. The information that's actually going on the weekly blogs is nothing. Obviously, you've got Jane has now moved on and she's no longer the community manager. They haven't really said who's actually taking over the community manager spot as far as I know. I assume it would be Speedy. But the information from Microsoft, we hear not much. Like, it's not giving me much confidence of the future of this sim. So, Do I think, are they working on 2028? I don't think so. So, yeah. So, is it part of the budgets that's going on with all the Microsoft stuff? Possibly. Yeah, the last Tuesday was the 18th with the 6th year. Yeah. Yep. And I know Gamescon's coming up. So normally Jorg goes over the Gamescon because it's in Germany and he's from Germany. Actually, I'm going to turn the fuel pump off because I don't need it. But normally they do like a city scenes update and a new aircraft or something like that. So I don't know. But I don't know. I want to see some communication. I want to know what's going on with the sim. You know, what are they up to? I'm sure people in PlayStation 5 land want friggin' know what's going on. So yeah, it's a bit disappointing. The lack of transparency from, you know, I feel it's going back to the days where Microsoft slowly dropped off, and then it was third-party providers were the ones that kept the sim community going. Like, I feel like it's going back to those days. I don't know. Do I think Microsoft are going to do a flight sim in 2028? I actually don't think they are. I think this is going to be the last sim. That's what I'm feeling. With all the stuff that's happening over at Microsoft. Sober, no communication for us as they are too busy at trying to get 2024 to no crash the desktop. Sober, no communication as they are too busy. Well, I think the sim's pretty stable, to be honest. Like, they've fixed a lot of shit. But I think it's pretty stable. Sim Update 6 has been pretty good. Not for everybody, but I think for generally it's pretty good. Sounds like 7 days die devs. They're terrible with transparency. I don't know what that means, Wizard. But yeah, the lack of transparency and communication is definitely dropped off. They used to be pretty good with it, I would have thought, and then now it's like nothing. Small issues to Update 6, but it's been fine. Yeah. Yep, there's no communication yet of what's happening with Sim Update 7. Because remember, they were originally going to do 4 Sim Updates, but now they're only doing 3, so we've got 1 more to go. I know you know how they usually do a bigger release for the end of the year? I know they're doing the racing stuff again this year because I've already mentioned that. You're saying their devs are like Microsoft Flight Simulator. Well, then again, how far can they go? Well, the thing is, Big L, they haven't done anything to the sim. So they've only brought in the features that they've said that it was going to be on release. So remember when 2020 came out, they did 2020, ironed out all the bugs in the first 9 months, and then they started bringing in, well, there's already 3D rocks in the sim, William Kelly. You just got to have it turned on. You know, then they were going through and they were actually bringing new features into the sim. But they haven't brought any new features into this sim, really. They've just fixed and brought in stuff that they were meant to put in. Soon to come is microtransaction and battle passes. Well, microtransactions are already in this sim, in all the DLCs and the airplanes in the marketplace. But yeah, they haven't really gone past what they originally promised. Like, we only obviously got bush trips put into the sim, which were meant to be in there ages ago. But yeah, they haven't put any extra features. You know, they've just done little things, but I don't call them as a content feature, such as, oh, you know, we've gone and you don't have to press Control Shift anymore, or Shift C or something to do the walk around stuff. Like, that's not a feature. That's just an extra option that was added. So, yeah, like, Wherever share cockpit is, yeah. They're not going to do it. Can't see it happening. Like, this sim is way better than where it is, and we are so lucky to have it, but I can't see them pushing boundaries on much more. You know, there was a couple of things that they mentioned that they were going to do. So one big thing is that, so if you guys don't remember, all the buildings, all the generic buildings are the same in 2024 as they're in 2020. So the company that was doing that, Black Shark or whoever it was, they actually stopped their partnership. Microsoft stopped their partnership with them halfway through the development of 2020. And what Microsoft said is in 2024, they'll bring in new buildings and new assets and things. They'll design them themselves. Well, they haven't even done that yet. So, you know, we want to see more realistic and newer buildings and stuff like that, just in the generic stuff. And they haven't done things like that. Sober figures use our program or use X-Plane. We don't care. No, I don't think it's that. I think obviously, a lot is to deal with all the problems that Xbox is having, how they're not making profits, and they've got the new CEO. But that again, the new CEO of Xbox actually went and said that when they obviously sold those indie developers and all the other stuff that was going on, is they said they're going to put more money into the Microsoft franchise developments, which would be Microsoft Flight Simulator would fall underneath that. So, don't know, but I think, yeah, I don't know. We just need to know what's going on. We need to have some trust in the sim. I'm sure developers would like to know where the sim's at, considering they've, you know, livelihoods are in stake and staff and teams and all that sort of will want to know. Development is proper for PC. Make it what it should be. Have a live version of for console. Have a light version for console. Yeah. I think it's got pretty good on Xbox now, though. It's just the old PS5. All the developers on... Mike, I would agree with you a few years ago, but no, the developers, other than the ones that are in close kit and caboodles, probably really don't know too much. And that's speaking to the developers directly. Especially when 2024 released and stuff, that they were getting no information about it. That's why it took so long for them to get their stuff out. Yeah, Microsoft doesn't really share too much. Unless you were, you know, in with them. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I feel like we're in a bit of a limbo land. And I feel like this is, and don't get me wrong, this is, if you've been in Flight Sim, you've seen all this before. We've seen this multiple times over the years, and it's going to keep going. It's just part of the life of Flight Sim, not directly Microsoft Flight Simulator. Will Microsoft Flight Simulator be the main sim that people use forever? Definitely won't be. I can't see Microsoft supporting this forever. You know, there's going to be other sims that we'll have to jump across and use and all that sort of stuff. But you have your highs and lows. We've seen all this before. We've definitely had a great 6 years. with the re-release of this. But yeah, I feel like we're going into a development low. And also, that being said, is you've got a lot of third-party development that have brought out a lot of the major aircraft that we like to see. So that's why I love. Oh, look at that! That's why I love some of the technology that say Intentions is using and things like that. Well, this just got depressing. No, I'm just telling you what it is. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm just going off previous sort of history. If there is going to be a 2028, going off their previous history, they're not due to announce it until like June next year, around about June next year, or sometime next year in 2027, if they're going to announce anything. We still need an A320. How many do you want, man? How many do you want? Oh, we can do some outside views now. How many do you need, Saki? Do I hope they're going to do a 2028? Yes, I do. I do hope they're going to do a 2028. That's the difference between X-Plane and Microsoft Flight Sim. X-Plane is a lot smaller, but just a Flight Sim, nothing else. Where Microsoft Flight Sim is one of the smallest things compared to 365. Yeah. Yep. I need another one. Yeah. I would love to see them do another one. I think there's more things that can be done. You also got to remember too is this time around, in theory, they should do another one because the footprint they actually put in with this one is they went and redesigned all the code and the engine. That's what this one was all about. They redesigned the engine, redesigned the code. So in theory, they should be able to bring out a newer version of 2028 that will have a lot less bugs and stuff because they're going to use the same type of engine, and then it would just have more content and new features. No, you don't. No, I don't what? Are you back, Eagle Sky? No. I can't hear anybody. But yeah, I'm just jumping into cockpit view because this looks nice. But yeah, so in theory, we should have one, but time will tell. I would love, was talking about Maple. I would love for them to do, even if they did like every 4 years they brought out a new sim, right? But remember, Microsoft used to bring one out every 2 years, but if they did like a supplementary, they did a expansion update every 2 years, like a accelerator or something. Like if they did something every 2 years where they would bring a little bit of extra content in, you pay a fee and you get to have all this stuff. I wouldn't mind that. That wouldn't bother me. I would like to see stuff like that. That would get me excited. Look at those views. But yeah. Anyways, I don't know, because I don't work for them. I could be just talking shit. We are just speculating to the max. You're on descent now after 5 hours? Yeah, all right. So we've got an airport we're flying to. Because that's only a... Let me go... Oops. No. Yeah, we're going back to Ketchikan, I think, is for the first runway where we actually flew in the other day. I think that's where we're going to. Anyways, I'm just going to keep needling this through. Or on a anti-expansion, get rid of the bloat like the career mode. No, I'm all up for the career mode, Saki, because it brings people to the sim and it brings money to the sim. So just because you and I don't use it, that's fine, but it does have its place. I think if it can bring more money to the sim, new users to the sim, I'm absolutely all for it. I never got into it because it was super buggy. I would actually like to mess around with the career mode. I think that would be a bit of fun. But that being said, I think it's got its place, and I think it was a good idea for them to put it in there. But probably wasn't good at the time when the sim wasn't working, and obviously they had to put resources into it. But I think it was a good move for them, and I'm all up for it. So doesn't mean I'm going to use it. Like, I've used it a little bit, but not much. It's not really my type of thing, but I think it's good. It brings new customers to it, which we benefit from. So hence the reason why I apologize for my my opinion only. Yeah. Saki's got he's got an arsehole and an opinion, like the rest of us. There's just some opinions like arseholes. Some are dirtier than others. You know what I mean, Saki? Some people need to use some more toilet paper than others. Oh my God. Hang on. We're on the wrong time slot for these types of conversations. Look at that. It's amazing. Wrong time slot. Then the Say Intentions plug pops up. Look at that. Well, we're not really getting the sunset views today. No, you got it wrong. I'm a ask poke with an opinion. Is that what it means? I'm an ass poke? I really don't know what he's trying to say. Looks amazing. Yeah, this area is really, really cool. We're just cruising. You don't have a... No, I don't have an affiliate, but what I can do, Big L, if you've never used it before, I can set you up a trial. So I've partnered with Say Intentions, and I have access to set up... Good evening, Shane. Hey, what's going on, the real CFF? Hey. Nice to see some more Sim Fanatic crew over here. Hope you're doing well. Typo meant to say whole. Yeah, I know. I was just stirring. Yeah, so I don't have a discount code. But I can get you set up if you want to do a longer trial. So if you want to do a trial for a couple of weeks and you've never done a trial before, hit me up. I'll get you sorted. If anybody wants to do that, let me know. Just send me a DM in Discord. You've never trialed it before and you want to check it out. Like, I think, like, you know, they do the normal 24 hours. Yeah, so... The cool thing is, right, I've been saying all along that 24 hours is not long enough for people to get set up with Say Intentions because it does so much. I've never used Say Intentions before. You've used it before, Maple. Haven't you signed up to it? So the normal 24-hour period's not enough. But if you go in and when you do your sign up, if you say you know Ozflight Simmer, they will automatically give you 3 days. But if you speak to me in Discord, I can get you longer so you can really sink your teeth in it. Because I think you need a good few days. And if you spent 2 weeks using Say Intentions and you do a lot of flying, you'll understand it'll be like a Navigraph subscription. You need to have it. It's absolutely great. So... the real CFF, I played around with a little bit of Say Intentions, a bit buggy, but fun to use. But when have you last checked it out? So if you haven't checked it out for 6 months, it's amazing how the quality of it is now. They've spent so much work on the normal ATC stuff. People only see like all the fun stuff that we muck around and do on the streams, but the ATC stuff, like I'm using it today, but not really using it. Yeah, Firebug's hooked now. Yeah, and you can do all sorts of stuff. You can integrate it with VATSIM. Like I know Saki is a big VATSIM flyer. I need to do some more VATSIM, to be honest with you. But you can integrate it in with VATSIM and use it when there's no VATSIM stuff, and it will do it automatically, hand it over to VATSIM and all that sort of stuff. Like they've done it really, really well. So, but yeah, if anybody's interested, just hit me up in Discord. Go and send me a PM. And I can get you set up on a trial, so you can see if it's something that you like it. If you just want to go and do the 3-day trial, you just, when you go and sign up, you just have to do how did you hear about it, and you hit Oz Flight Simmer, and then you can get 3 days. They've added the Phoenix tablet for the iPad now. The Phoenix tablet for the iPad. How do you mean by that, Firebug? Have I missed something? Yeah, people do use it for the dolphins. Yeah. You did all the reporting on it, Big Al. I was going to do some YouTube shorts and stuff, but you bet me to my own content, so I didn't do any. Oh, well. Look at that. It's glass down there. But it's not for everybody. It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. But for me, for streaming wise, flying wise, for entertainment wise, I like it, and it's just gotten so much better. And I like it because it's a great tool and a great stepping stone for people to learn how to jump on and use comms. So dolphin sounds, yeah. Pocket Sky for your real world iPad you can use for the Phoenix. You can use oh, can you? Yeah, to be honest, I don't use Pocket Sky because I don't use an iPad or anything with my flying. I just have my second screen. Like, I know Pocket Sky does all this other cool stuff. I don't use it. That's because I just find I've got too much going on when I'm streaming anyway. All right, I need coffee. So how far are we to land here? We got time to go and make coffee? I do. We're going to go... No. Let's just go... Oh, I always forget which one it is. Go down here, we'll go menu, and we're going to activate this leg. There we go. And then we're going to go down to this guy here, where we're going to put some... Actually, I am going to leave... No... Which one do I want? Hang on. There we go. Sorry, I don't know what I was thinking there. We've got 36 minutes. All right. Love the 414 so much. I have 14 liveries. It's been a great scratch pad and real handy, yeah. If I had a spare iPad that I didn't use for my other stuff that I would use for Flight Sim, then I would actually use it. So, all right, guys, I'm going to be back in a sec. I'm just going to go and make a quick coffee. Oh, that's disappointing. All right. I'll be back. Talk soon, guys. I'll put some music on. It's coffee time.
Feeling every spark, shock to my heart. See my blood rush running. Staring at my hands and making big plans. You and me started something just to watch my mind go wild. A hurricane inside, tearing through my chest so loud. Can you hear my heart right now? This is bigger than a crush. Embers falling around me. Really think this could be love. Ooh, only one I'm thinking of. Always electrify me. Yeah, you really keep me up all night. All night. All night, on my face to face, a high speed chase. Feel my blood rush running. Staring at your mouth, thinking about if you know what you've done. Just to watch my mind go wild. A pack of wolves inside, tearing through my chest so loud. Can you hear my heart right now? This is bigger than a crush. Embers falling around me. Really think this could be love. Ooh, only one I'm thinking of. Always electrify like a fool when I met ya, all covered up in the dirt from my past.
Oh, I'm off course here. Alrighty, so we're going to go into Ketchikan. Let's have a look at a bit of same tensions. We've got a CTAF 2225, which we're still on. There is center here, but we're actually under the airspace for it, so we can just use the CTAF to actually come into Ketchikan. I'm going to jump on the ATIS in a second and have a little bit of a, or the AWOS. We got AWOS. Let's have a listen to the AWOS.
Tur 3014. Density altitude 100 feet. Prince Rupert Airport. Automated weather observation. 0100 Zulu.
That's Prince Rupert.
290 at 7. Visibility 9er. Sky clear.
Anyways, I think it is... Let's have an airport lookup. So we can do airport lookup on same tensions. And we can go to other, and we can type in PAKT for Ketchikan and see if we can get some airport information up here. See what's going on. Alright, so airport elevation's 89, winds at 340 at 11, visibility's 10, so it's a little bit windy. Altimeter's going to be 3016. Let's put that in now. That should do that. Yeah, I'll zoom back out. Ketchikan International Airports, winds 340, 11 visual, all that information's there. Runway 29 is the active runway, and then obviously we can click that, we can get all the SIDS and stars and all that sort of stuff. So what we could do, we could go over here. Now we know it's runway 19. We could actually do... we could do a bit of a procedure. That's not what I want to do. We could select approach. Same runway 26. That same run 29 and 11. Hang on, that's a different airport. That's why. That's given us for that one there. No, we want procedures for... cause it's got it in there. Okay. I'm just gonna... No. Well, that's all the way up there. Let's clear that. Clear that. Let's just go straight into 29. Which is just up here anyway. We flew in the jet. When we flew in this way here, went around there, and we flew in that way. Good day. Your overlay is out of date. Your overlay is out of date? Do you know why? Because I didn't hit new flight. That's why. Hang on. Let me see if this fixes it for you. Ah, it didn't fix it. That's strange. Yeah, it is out of date. It didn't update it. Interesting. Alrighty, let's have a bit of a check here. Fuel's still good. T's and P's are in the green. Been all these places in real life last year. Love Alaska, everyone. I was come to Alaska before October, though. I would love to go to Alaska and check some stuff out. That would be lovely. But unfortunately, it's not going to be anytime soon, but it is on the list. You're on the final approach into Heathrow. Anyway, Discomp, welcome to the stream. Not sure what Lonsky's doing back there, though. All right, we've got 12 nautical miles out, so we're going to make our call in. Assume this is runway. That'll be runway 29. Cool. Ketchikan traffic. This is 7766. We're a twin actually, we're a 414 commander. We're about 11.5 nautical miles out to the east. We'll be coming in on runway 29 directly in, and we're currently at flight level or altitude 1.8 on our way down into runway 29. 7766 Ketchikan traffic. Oh my god. If I had to say for friggin', I didn't even say the time I was coming in or anything. That was like so shit. Also bought FS Realistic. If you got Chase Plane, you don't need FS Realistic. You've just wasted your money. I'm sorry, people. Hate to be the one to tell you, because you don't need FS Realistic. Chase Plane does the same stuff. Except for the sounds. Don't worry, I did the same thing. When FS Realistic come out, I got it, and then I ended up deleting it because you didn't need it, because Chase Plane does it. That's why they did the merger with Chase Plane, because they knew that Chase Plane did all the stuff anyway. So, yeah. Yeah, you definitely don't need FS Realistic. Like, if you want it for all the camera movements and stuff, you don't need it. If you want the extra sounds, then you might get value out of it. I'm sorry. You could have asked me first, and I would have told you. You don't need it. I was actually surprised Saki was using it the other day, considering Chase Plane does all the same stuff. Your drop tanks on the Corsair don't work the same as floats. Oh, okay. Why don't you get FS Realistic plus that uses with? Because you still don't need it. I bought it, so I've tried it and I've used it, but you actually don't need it because Chase Plane does all the same stuff. So if you actually go into the settings in the Chase Plane, all that same stuff is actually there. All right, we are... Yeah, so it's a... You just don't need it. Springbokker, welcome to the sim. Don't worry, I fell for the same stuff because I've used FS Realistic in the past. But yeah, so ask for a refund? Yeah, well, if you could. See how the plane's doing all this sort of stuff? And my head movement's doing all the stuff? That's all Chase Plane. And it's the same thing that FS Realistic can do. I'll have vibrates and all that sort of stuff when I land. It's all the same thing. I've just obviously got my settings dialed into how I want it. But yeah, the same FS Realistic Chase Plane does all the same thing. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. But yeah. Because I don't think from memory FS Realistic's it's not cheap. Alright, we're on our way in, ladies and gents. Ketchikan traffic, this is 7766. We're on a short final for runway 29. Ketchikan traffic. Like, FS Realistic does have some extra features and extra camera movements, but in my opinion, Oh, has the CTAF changed? It's just not really going to make much of a difference. Don't know why we're getting that feedback through. It says no one's listening, but that's the CTAF. All right, first notch flaps going in. We'll do flaps 2 for the landing. Flaps 2. Alrighty, let's do a bump fix checks. Brakes off. Gears fixed and welded. Mixtures are full. Fuel is set to the fullest tanks, which is on both instruments. T's and P's are in the green. Hatches and harnesses are secure. And we're a little bit low. I missed the sunset. It hasn't happened yet. I guess because we're so far north, it hasn't happened. The sim is set for, at the moment, real time, and it's set for 5:35, but we haven't seen a sunset. We've got 10 knots, but the wind is pretty much on the nose. All right, I'm going to swing that rudder in. Some right aileron there just to customize for the wind. Oh, we need a little bit more. Oh, that wind is pushing us a little bit. Did you see the sink of that? There we go. It actually ended up being a pretty challenging landing with that wind. Alright, so we're just going to taxi down, taxi back up. And then we're going to get the flight going. Why don't I have any affiliate or discount codes with JustFly? I don't know. They don't do any of that sort of stuff. But if you want discount JustFlight products, you can use my Contrail link and get a discount that way. Kitchikan traffic, this is 7766 Commander. We're clear of all runways and tracking back to the runway. Yeah. So that's some sort of weird feedback I'm getting from the CTAF that we're meant to be on. So the CTAF's changed now, which I noticed this the other day. So we had a CTAF inbound, and then the CTAF's changed, which that's something that I need to report to say intention so they can fix that. So now the CTAF's gone from 122.5 to 122.9. Same thing happens at Caloundra. They just need to be told about it. Daylight order around? I don't know. I could move the time forward a little bit so we can get some sunset views. I don't think we're going to make it to Juneau today, but because the next one's still 96 kilometers away. So we actually might not make it to Juneau today. How long have we been streaming for? Oh, we've been streaming for 2 hours. Yeah, we're not going to make it to Juneau. Up the hill, Mr. Squiggle. It's in Alaska, yeah. So we're heading up to Alpha. Lonsky's there. So we're going to go to Papa Alpha Papa Golf is the next one. I've got some payware scenery up that way too. I'm not going to backtrack. We're just going to take off from Alpha here. Lonsky go? Oh, he's there. Ketchikan traffic. This is 7766. We're entering and lining up runway 29 at Alpha. Ketchikan traffic. Clear on the left. We're not going to bother doing run-ups.
CTAP Skyhawk 123 Alpha Zulu. Good evening, maintaining 0.
That's someone else on the CTAF. Ketchikan traffic 7766 rolling runway 29. We'll be departing straight out to the north on climb 1500 Ketchikan traffic. And she wants to fly. We definitely need to come back here with some amphibious aircraft, that's for sure. Bud 300, flaps going up. Alrighty, I'm going to be lazy and I'm going to turn this guy on again. Actually, let's go on to nav mode and let's do the VS.
CTAP Skyhawk 123 Alpha Zulu. Good evening, climbing through 2,500.
What do you mean a beaver? Actually, we may... Let's climb a little bit quicker here. How's your PC running? Still happy, or you want more power? I would probably get a little bit more RAM. I'm only running 64. I think 128 or 96 would go well with the processor. But am I going to buy any RAM? No, sir. But that being said, though, I don't overclock my RAM, so I do have 6,000 DDR5, and I'm not using it at 6,000. I think I'm running it at like 4,000. For editing, well, I got rid of Springbroker. I got rid of Adobe this week, and I'm moving over to DaVinci. So DaVinci actually might run better. Good luck affording that, mate. I can't even afford to pay my bills, so there's no way I'm buying RAM. I've got nice... Look, I can't complain with my PC setup. It's still relatively pretty much all the best stuff, except for there's one new CPU that is better than mine. I'm running a 9900 X3D. At the time, it was the best CPU you can get. Now, there's one better. But I'm definitely not complaining.
CTAP Skyhawk 123 Alpha Zulu. Good evening, climbing through 2,500.
Oops, we went above what we were going to do, so we're going to hold altitude there. Ketchikan traffic 7766, last call, currently 2,000, tracking to Papa Alpha Papa Golf. Last call, Ketchikan traffic. Yeah, so, yeah, definitely not going to pick anything up. Did you restore your old one and sell it? No. So what I'll end up doing, I kept the old one because I was going to run a 2-stream PC setup and stuff, but you just don't need to do that anymore these days, unless you're Mr. Two-Tone Murphy that has, like, the technology and everything set up. And there's no way that... I would love to have a setup like Merce, but there's just no way I can really do it. That being said, I will be basically, what I'm going to do with that PC is, it's got a 4080 in it. It needs a new motherboard, a new CPU and some RAM, but I won't go nuts. But I'm basically going to just upgrade Junior's PC. It's generally what I do. So that's what I did on the last build. I ended up upgrading his PC. He's running like a 3070 Ti and some older AMD processors and stuff like that. He's getting at the age where he needs a bit beefier PC, so yeah, I'll move it across to him. But that being said, to get I just got to, you know, probably I want to spend about $500, maybe $600 on just doing some upgrades to it though. I've got a nice, lovely, brand new Gen 5 or Gen 4 hard drive that I want to use for him, but unfortunately, I got to do a new motherboard upgrade and stuff. So, yeah.
CTAP Skyhawk 123 Alpha Zulu. Good evening, maintaining 2,000.
Sell a 3070 for his build. Yeah, you can only get $200 or $300 for him though. I kind of sort of maybe just want to leave it as a backup just in case. The sun is starting to set. So I don't know. Junior's new. But if you ask Junior, Junior just goes, nah, my computer's good enough, Dad. I don't need anything new, but I do know he does. The kid messes around on Blender, for God's sakes. 64 DDR5 is about 1 point. Yeah, I wouldn't put DDR5 in his PC. I just leave it with DDR4. But DDR4, what's DDR4 going for these days? Still probably pretty expensive. It's actually got, I've actually got 64 gigs of DDR4 in the thing anyway. So, but the only thing is it's only 3,200 megahertz. I can't remember. What's DDR4 go up to? 4,000? 4,400? I can't remember. I gotta have a look at it all. Not much, but it's getting rare. Yeah, still be able to get some though. $3,600, yeah. So I got 3,200 in there now. So that might be enough. It just might need just a, so it might be fine. Like, the PC was great for me. That PC was great for me, but unfortunately, it just couldn't do flight sim in the way that I wanted it to without the stutters. So I could probably just put a new hard drive and just go, there you go. It'd be amazing for him. So I might just do that. Just pop a newie. Just pop a newie. We are going to need to go this way a little bit. Storage is expensive too. I've already got some storage here, so. And also, I got another brand new DDR5 stick that I've got to go and, I mean, not sorry, another 4th gen or 5th gen hard drive or whatever the gen it was, the latest one. I need to go and do a warranty on it. When AI pops well, we'll have loads of cheap hardware. Hopefully, when it pops. This is the thing, though. Like, you've got all these. So this is how technology works, right? It will pop because you've got all these millions and millions and billionaires investing billions of dollars into these AI farms, right? Which is using hardware. There's going to be a couple of dudes out there are going to go, we need to be able to create a way where we can do this sort of stuff where these AI hubs, what these AI hubs are doing, but we want to be able to do it at the 10th of the cost with the 10th of the hardware and the 10th of the running costs. And someone will be able to create the technology to do that. And then all these data centers will be just friggin' just shells of buildings. All this money will be wasted because that's what happens with technology. People will build a way for it to be able to do it now, but do it cheaper, cheaper build, cheaper running costs, and a 10th of the size. It will happen, and it will happen soon. It will happen. It may be 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 7 years. It will happen soon. But in the meantime, you're going to make all these data centers, but you know, pop up everywhere because that's where the technology is now. But there's going to be some guy who goes, hey, we can do this somehow, and it's going to be smaller footprint. Talk to NVIDIA going to leave. Is talk is NVIDIA going to leave gaming? I don't think they will. The 5th gen, keep way too hot and keep it cool. Yeah, I don't overclock any of my stuff. And you have a look at even my flight sim settings. They're not set to high by any means. Okay, Oz Sim, we'll wait for you to start. What? Me make the solution? I don't think so. Had to fit a NVN fan cooler to keep my temperature under 70. Yeah, so, yeah. My 4 terabyte hard drive cost me an absolute fortune, because it's a really good one. That has what happened already. They can run the DIA on local devices already, so most of the data centers. Well, yeah, that is something that NVIDIA is actually trialing, but I don't know if that's going to be the way of solving things. So NVIDIA is trialing a thing with a building company over in the States, where they're going to do a little town of this sort of thing, or a little estate, where when you purchase a house, it's like when you get solar and a battery put in, you can get a little
Skyhawk 123 Alpha Zulu. Good evening with U2000.
A little AI data center connected to your house. I don't know what the T's and C's and the running costs and all that sort of stuff, but you know, or what privileges or whatever you get back, but you know, that's a way that they're looking at doing things. So there's already people looking at ways of getting around massive data centers, but there'll be a jump in technology just as much as AI. It could be a couple of dudes with AI, you know, come up with the tech, but there'll be a way they'll be able to do it much smaller, much cheaper, much quicker. It's just how the world develops. There's been a lot of kickback for AI data centers. Yeah, absolutely. It's just pollution. They're going into towns, taking all their water sources, creating sound pollution. It's absolutely awful. Where you know, some places that put data centers in you know, correct places, but then there's some where they're just wrecking people's towns and families and all sorts of stuff. It's not nice. That's why there's a lot of kickback from it. And we don't have the electronic grid for these things. Yeah, we don't actually have the infrastructure for it. I think there's a lot of... Now, I could be wrong. They built one suburb over... They built one from your suburb. Who owns that one, Lonsky? And I would imagine it's probably on the smaller scale compared to some of the ones they're putting in Texas. Because I believe... Is it the governor of Texas? Sort of pretty much opened his arms to have massive data centers put in Texas. Can't remember their name. Yeah. Yeah, governor. Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to get too political for it because I don't know all the ins and outs, but I do know there's a lot of infrastructure going on in Texas due to what he did. It's a small one right next to the North Brisbane power station. Yeah. I would say what we have in Australia is all small scale compared to some of the big ones they're having in the US that, you know, Google's making, that Elon's making, that Meta's making, that Nvidia's making. Who else am I missing? There's another big player there as well that I'm missing. Oh, there's a bunch of big players in there that I'm missing. But yeah. So yeah. So we got 65 nautical miles to go. Elon. Yeah. No, I mentioned Elon. Yeah, I say Elon because, like, you know, we're mates and all that. And he sends me money all the time. Texas government said they couldn't build any more due to the electricity and water requirements. There we go. Yeah, but they're probably building more, but they can't afford to put more, you know, start any new ones maybe. I don't know. But yeah, there's a lot. Ooh, we're about to go for a bounded cloud here, so we're going to have to descend. off to Mars. He's not going to Mars anymore. He's going to go to the moon first. I think he figured out if he goes to the moon first, he might get there before he dies of old age. You got to sort of remember how many times that, like, I love all the stuff and I love watching it all and seeing how the technology is working, and you know, I love the process, but now she's going down. She's going down? Why is she going down? Alt's not on. Turn you sucker off. But yeah, how many times has the big rocket flown this year? Twice. Send Jeff. Well, Jeff's rocket went kaboom. Might find his car on the moon. That was sent into space. Didn't a rocket hit the moon like yesterday or the day before? But yeah. There we go. We're getting a sunset. Not much though. A little bit different from the thumbnail I created. You think the car burned up? No, the car's all the way out. Whoop whoop. It didn't burn up. No, it's all the way into it's in interstellar space now. Epic sunset. Never mind. Yeah, they can still track the car. Yeah. So much crap in space now. Well, the thing is, you got SpaceX doing the what's the little satellite stuff? Supernode. What's the little SpaceX satellite thing that he's doing? Starlink. Yeah. Okay. So you've got Starlink, right? Then, so if you guys didn't know, Elon banned Russia for using their Starlink. So they started creating and launching their own, which I think in the last, because one of the things I enjoy is staying up with current events. But what happened recently, good old Lazinski just went and blew up the big factory that was making all the little Russian versions of Starlink. Yes, Sputlink. I don't know. I don't know what it was called. But anyways, China's also in development of making their own as well. So obviously Elon's gone and done his, but then you've got all these countries actually seeing that this is definitely the way to go in the future. So you're going to have, and then you've got Amazon. He's already doing his own already, in which he's actually launching his up through the SpaceX Falcon rockets. So you've got Amazon doing theirs, which are already some of them up there. You've got Elon doing his, launching bloody some every second week. And then you've got Russia was going to do their own. You've got China going to do theirs. And that's just the Starlink stuff, let alone all the other shit that's up there. It's crazy. They're saying it's becoming a big problem. What's Australia going to send? Nothing. 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 Oh, look at that. I spilt my coffee, but I caught it at the same time. How's that? I saw it come out of the top, but then when I moved it down, I caught it. That's what I call talent. How about the Sydney Swans and their controversy? I'm sick of listening to it. I'm sick of listening to it. What are we going to do? I don't know. Look, statistically, aliens exist, right? Statistically, if you look at that, there's something else out there. But I personally need to see it myself. Have I seen some stuff in my life that I can't explain that freaked the shit out of me? Yes. But this whole thing about disclosure, you have all these people that talk about encounters and stuff, but no one's got any proof. But do I think there's something around other than us? Yeah. Is it in our solar system? Fucking, who knows? Don't know. Don't start him on the orbs. I've seen some orbs. Was it aliens? Don't know. Oh, here we go. I saw some orbs at friggin' 2 o'clock at night, and I tried to get Mrs. Oz up out of bed to go and look at it because I was like, this is fucking weird. And I went back inside and I couldn't sleep for days because it was freaking me out of the stuff that I saw them do. But can I explain what it was? No idea. Didn't have my phone on me because I didn't think I was going to see them. And I could have gone in and got my phone and come back out, but I was too scared. Yeah, she said, I said, come outside, you need to see this. And she said, what is it? And then I said, I'd seen some lights that are doing some weird stuff. And she said, nah. She said, no, I'm going back to sleep. I'm like, oh, come on. No one's going to believe me. I need someone else to see it. And she's like, nah. I'm like, fuck. I swear, it freaked me out what I saw. I saw things, I saw these orby things over to, it was over Brisbane way. They weren't planes because I know what plane lights look like and how they act. And these things were moving around. Very, very unexplainable. Do I know what it was? Absolutely no idea. Could I say it was extraterrestrial? I have no idea. Have no idea. And even a sleepwalker, oh, don't say that. Even when, if I got my phone, it would have just been the same old shit that everybody sees, which is just like pixelated lights or something. So I don't know what it was, but it was weird. Are aliens friendly? I don't know. Like show you from the river? No. No. I could tell you what it wasn't, but I couldn't tell you what it was. But it freaked me out a little bit. Don't get me wrong. I was just like, that's so weird. But there's one thing I will say. Don't go and watch like an alien YouTube video or an alien podcast or anything like that before you go to bed. Because that will freak you out. Does me. Stop the gas from the weather balloon was trapped in the thermal pocket and reflected in the light. No. They were moving around. They were doing stuff all... It was just weird. Do I know what it was? No, I don't. I'm not even going to pretend to figure out what that was. MIB 1997. I don't know what that... Oh, Men in Black. I haven't had any Men in Black knock on my door. But yeah, I don't know what it is. Don't know. And now since I've seen it, I kid you not, could have been me lighting up my farts. Could have been. I kid you not though. Now when I'm outside at nighttime, if I happen to be outside at nighttime, I'll look up in the air because I want to see something. But I'm like, I don't really want to see anything because that actually did freak me out. Because... with my aviation background and seeing lights in that direction, I've never seen anything do that before. So, what was it? I don't know. Bit freaky, yes. Yeah, the swamp gas comet. Yeah, it was probably Lonsky lighting them up. But what were you doing at 2:30 in the morning? Reason why I was up at 2:30 in the morning is because I forgot to turn the Christmas lights off. So I woke up in the middle of the night and I could see flashes outside because it was the lights blinking on the gutters. And I'm going, oh shit, I left the Christmas lights on. So I went outside and I turned them off. And then when I turned them off, it was all dark. I just happened to, out of the corner of my eye, something grabbed my attention. And then I looked up and I've gone, what the fuck is that? That's how it happened. And I was looking at it for like, I don't know, 30, 40 seconds. And I'm like, this shit's weird. I need to go and get someone else to have a look at it. And Mrs. Oz was already half awake because I woke her when I got up to turn the lights off, Christmas lights on. And that's when I went and said to her, can you come out and have a look? And she's like, hell no. And then I'm like, well, I'm not going back out there. So it took me hours to fall asleep after that. Now you're just embellishing? What do you mean embellishing? No, it wasn't a falling star. I've seen many falling stars before. No, these things were moving around and shit. No, it wasn't Afterglow. No, it wasn't. No. But do I want to go and say it's the Mr. E.T.? No, because I don't know that. I did not stand any dog shit at the same time. What does dog shit have to do with that? Yeah, aliens are experts in not being caught on a 4K camera. They always seem to know when someone... Well, you know, you'd think their technology would be able to pick that stuff up anyway. You know, if you go and ask all the alien experts, it's because of, they say that all the stuff's always blurry is because of the technology they use to move around. It inhibits our technology to be able to take good shots. I don't know. Don't know. But then when you've got Mr. Donald Trump releasing all those things, they're not really much more than these little squiggles and stuff moving around. Any aliens that are here are way past anything we would have in our technology. Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And if they are here, they've travelled a long distance. They've probably been here for a freaking long time because of how the speed of light and all that shit works. Ooh, got some getting some turbulence off these things here. But anyways, I would hate to, you know, they are questioning a lot more now. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. There seems to be, they keep saying disclosure's going to happen. But you know, disclosure's going to happen for years and years and years and years and years. There is certainly a phenomenon that there is evidence there's something there, but no one really in the public eye knows something about it. If the governments do, they're not letting it on. And that's what people are trying to unfold. You've got all these people saying they've seen shit. They've seen ships, they've seen bodies, they've seen all sorts of stuff. Do I believe them? Well, we need the evidence. Every time I go out in the yard, something attacks. Well, Kirby was attacking the blue tongue the other day. I haven't seen him since. Ooh, it's more turbulence there. The problem with us humans, if is anything that we don't understand, we can say it's impossible. We don't. I assume you mean to say we don't know a fraction of things. Yeah. Have I ever watched the Cool World's YouTube channel? They cover a lot of the scenarios of why alien. I don't know Cool Worlds. No. I watch a bunch of different alien things just because I find it interesting. So there's a bunch of channels that I watch. Some I would recommend is Area 52. Another one I would recommend is Jesse Michaels. Another one I would recommend would be, I don't know, Ross Coulthard's a bit of an Aussie dude that does about stuff, but I don't know. Sometimes I think gets a bit carried away. And there's another one, which is George Knapp and another dude, and they have a podcast. So, like, I do watch the stuff and follow because I just find the whole technology and things are interesting, but Jesse guy climbs mountaineers 50. No, that's a different dude. He's called Uncanny something. So that's a different dude. The Uncanny dude actually doesn't really believe in aliens. But he does try to get in and get photos and shots of all the different what do you call it? The different bases and stuff. His name's Uncanny something. His YouTube's Uncanny something. But yeah, go and check out Jesse Michaels Area 52 YouTube. Yeah, we're talking about aliens, yes. And the Weaponized podcast. There we go. The Weaponized podcast, Jesse Michaels Area 52. And you could just Google Ross Coulthard. And they're probably the 4. No, it's Uncanny Adventures. That's what it is. Spring Brocket. Yeah. So some of you guys watch some of the stuff. They're probably the ones that I would watch. I don't watch them all the time, but... Oh, and there's an Aussie guy that does streaming and videos. He lives in Australia, but he's actually traveling around the world. There's an Aussie guy that does stuff now. His name's Josh somebody. But yeah, like I said, I have an interest in it, but I follow and watch a lot of different podcasts and stuff when I'm working and all sorts of stuff. So, the dude on Area 52 has really amazing production on his stuff. So I like watching it. And he's a great storyteller. And he gets into a lot of the abduction and interviews people that have abductions and all sorts of stuff. All right. There's 31 people here. There's probably only 15 people chatting. I'm going to say take all the... Don't piss around here, right? Let's do a truthful thing. Put a 1 in the chat if you've seen something that you can't explain. So I would put a 1 when I saw those orbs doing whatever they were doing. Don't know what it was, but put a 1 in the chat. I want to see if people actually have seen something that they can't explain. That's like, yeah. And I think you'll find, seriously, there will be... And put 2s in the chat if you've never seen something. Yeah, I'd be a 1. I've seen something that I can't explain. This channel I can't explain. That's not what I'm talking about. So you'd be actually surprised at how many people have seen something. They include weird stuff on your channel. No, like a you know, a UFO or a, what do they call them now? UPDs or something, whatever they call them. No, like a UFO sort of thing. Something unexplained like that. And I'm not talking about watching the X-Files before you go to bed. A UAP, yeah, they call them UAP. So 2 if you've never seen anything, 1 if you've seen something that you can't explain. So I know people have put some 1s in there. Let's start from now. Not like the wasp story. Tony says definitely seen something. With all your time out in ships, Tony, I would expect you to see something. They always see a lot of stuff at sea. Yeah. Yep. I have a folder that's I have a folder that my past dad gave me full of newspaper clippings, all sightings in Australia and New Zealand. Wow. Well, there's been that big sighting that was over at that school all those years ago. That big one. That's where it was, yeah. Well, they say a lot of stuff's, you know, over the sea. See, in Clayton. I don't know where Clayton is. But anyways, there's just, you know, I think over the lifetime we see stuff that we can't explain. Believe it or not. Yeah. All right, we're about to land anyway, so changing the subject about to flying. There's also a time where a kid was flying just offshore down there that had an incident, like in a plane or something. Oh, we've still got 20 nautical miles. Hey, there's Maple Leaf, and he's on same tensions. Maple, jump on 2295. That was the best straight one. Ah, yeah.
Yes, Shane.
Interesting. What's going on, Maple? Yeah. So we're on CTAF. He's not meant to just talk. I'm on 2295. Yeah. I heard you before, but then my phone went. I don't know what's going on with that. We could even go over to pilot. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jump over to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Maple, which is the pilot to pilot. So you can have a bunch of people just on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just having a chat. Maple, you on pilot to pilot?
I'm on 1, 2, 3, 5.
There we go.
4, 5, whatever.
Yeah, so you can have a bunch of people. I've got the trigger down so Maple can hear me. So you can have a bunch of people flying with you as a group, and you can have it on pilot to pilot. So I can see Maple and I can talk to him through the radios.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Oh, Lotski's here. If it's not the data center and alien aficionado right here, Lonsky. Do.
I can't hear you on here.
You might not have your settings set up, Maple. I can hear you fine. Yeah, it can be a What's that, Lonsky? Huh? Hang on, I keep over talking you. What'd you say?
Doesn't need to be louder.
Oh, do you need to be louder? No, you're fine. I can actually hear you now, Lonsky, with the new... you could probably turn it up just a little bit, but I can hear you way better with the new Say Intentions AI or URI update. He's muffled, yeah. You might turn it up a little bit.
Yeah, the microphone boost thing.
Yeah, where is Lonsky, though? How close is he? Oh, no, he's just down below there. Yeah. It sounds like you're in the ground.
I think Lonsky crashed.
Who's that? Is that you, Firebug?
Except Shane. I don't know why.
Yeah, affirmative, it's me, Firebug.
Hey, Firebug, do you have SI radio turned on?
Negative.
Yeah, so that might be the difference. So out of the three that we've got, Firebug is the one that sounds the best. So I've got SI radio on. Others may have it. It's still in beta, so it might be causing some issues. What programs this? This is Say Intentions. So we're all flying together. We could all turn off multiplayer, and we could see each other and talk to each other. Actually, I don't know why we don't do player to player as much and just have a bit of a chat. So, is it distance limited? It can be, yeah. But yeah, so we can all have a chat, and we could all do CTAF calls on here just between ourselves and stuff. So, String Brocky, if you want to check out Say Intentions and do a bit of trial, let me know. Hit me up in Discord. Let you hear everybody except for me. Yeah, okay. I don't know why, Maple. Don't know why. Firebug, can you hear me fine, or do I need to turn it up?
I can only hear you through the tablet, not through the actual headset.
Really? Okay. So it's me that's got something wrong set up here then.
Lonsky, did you crash? Why are you going the other way?
I actually crashed into the dirt.
Bloody embarrassing.
Yeah. And unfortunately, with this plane, once it crashes in the dirt, it's dead.
Yeah, I think my group audio actually Maple and Firebug, when you go into your when you go into your audio, what is your group stuff lit up? Your group chat lit up? Because mine's not, so that might have something to do with it. Yours is not lit up.
Mine's not enabled.
Nah, mine's not lit up either.
That's interesting. Well, I can turn my mic volume up. Can you guys hear me now?
No, not at all.
Far out, processor.
Negative.
Can you hear me now?
Negative.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. No, I know you guys can hear me. Anyways, we're gonna land here anyway.
Nah, still nothing, mate.
All right, I'll have to do some testing. It's clearly set on the wrong thing. Like, I can see it working now, but it's set on the wrong thing.
Are we landing here at
Yeah, we're landing here, and I'm...
golf thing, whatever this is?
Yeah, this is the last stop because it's getting late, and I've got to get some stuff done, so... Unfortunately, we're not going to make it to the next one.
Oh, boo. You should go more.
I can't, man. I got things to do. Places to see. Aliens to pat. You know how it is. This is November 7766. Can I get a radio check?
Commander 7766. Check. Sounds great from here.
That's interesting. I don't know why it's playing up. Alright. You asked for it, Mr. William Kelly. Oh, we've just had an engine out. Oh no.
Finally.
All right, we're going to trim for some success here. I've popped out the gear, which I wouldn't do so early, but I didn't want to listen to the ring. So things we want to look at is before we pop the flaps out. So we want to trim for best glide, which we're going too quick. And we're going to be having a look at the runway and we're going to go, if we drop some flaps out now, will we make the runway? Now, we're just on the borderline at the moment. All right, if I drop some flaps out, I'm definitely going to make the runway. So first notch of flaps out. And then second notch of flaps out, if I drop them, am I going to make the runway? Yes, I am. And then third notch of flaps out, if I pop them out, if I'm going to make the runway? Yes, I am. And we've got full flaps, and we can definitely make the runway. But now we're going to have to slip it and make the plane dirty because we're going to overfly the runway. No, we're not going to crash. So we can see we've dropped the speed and we're falling at about 1400. And if you see it, we're slipping the plane all the way in. And then we'll flick it back in just as we're about to touch down. Got to keep that speed up, make sure we're not stalling. And we look like we're going to be good here. There we go. Kick it back in. There we go.
Yeah, where's that radio call? I didn't hear anything about that.
But you guys can't hear me anyway. Best landing ever? I don't know about that. I didn't bother doing a radio call because they can't hear me apparently.
Even we can hear you through the stream.
Yeah, but that'd be too late. That'd be like calling a polished turd a turd, wouldn't it?
It's a flying aircraft about procedures.
Anyways, it looks like I've got to go and adjust some of my thingos, so flaps up keeps the speed up. Yeah, well that's why you don't want to put your flaps down until you know you can make the runway.
With you, we never know if you can make the runway.
Shit. Hey, Maple, when does your Say Intentions subscription run out? Hopefully soon.
It doesn't. I own it.
He's got a voice. The kid's got a voice. Oh no. The kid's got a voice. But yeah, if anybody's interested, they want to trial Say Intentions, hit me up in Discord if you haven't trialed it before, and I will get you set up. Oh, the kid's got a voice. We don't want that. That's scary. Well, hopefully my persistence is going to keep my engine hops time. Because... now the update's happened. And we are going to put wheel chocks on, pitot kit covers, engine covers.
You just like listening to my voice.
Oh, friggin' hell, I've turned it off. Hang on, I can fix this. There we go. I just changed the frequency. Now I don't need to listen to him. That's how it works. Just change the frequency. Might need to do an engine outlanding more often. Well done. Piss off, Brett. All right, guys, I got to get out of here because I got to go get a couple of orders out. I got to vacuum the floor for the wifey so she doesn't have to do it this weekend. And
So we talk about the past for a moment. I forget why we never lasted with your hand.
oh, I was just you don't want to know. You don't want to know. All right, guys, we'll be back on Sunday. I don't know if there's going to be a news video out because I haven't even installed DaVinci, so I don't know. So I may not get a video out. If not, it will move over to like Tuesday or something when it pops out. So it's just telling me how much you really love me, right? In your dreams, sunshine, in your dreams. But anyways, I'm going to get out here, guys. Thanks for hanging out. We'll be back on Sunday. Don't know what we're doing yet, but we'll figure it out. Big thank you to everyone that come flying with us. Also, I think we had a... What did we have? We had a super chat in there. We had Mr. Rule CFF with a super chat. We had James. He's probably gone to sleep with a gifted membership as well. So thank you very much for those things. And big thank you to Sane Intentions, Just Flight, Flight Sim Mods. Go and check him out. We've got a 20% sale off everything. I think it's got 24 hours to go and it runs out. Or it might only be 12 hours to go. Or it might be 36. I don't know if it runs out today or tomorrow. I can't remember what we put in there. Great aircraft. I love it. Yes. And Black Square. It's a great plane. Anyways, love you lots, everybody. I'll talk to you on Sunday or video Saturday. We'll see what's going on. I don't know. Anyways, take care, everybody. Talk to you soon. Have a great weekend. Bye for now.
Trying to fly 'cause I'm light as a feather.